What's up, all you Pokemon lovers, Pokemon haters, Pokemon debaters, and Pokemon ice skaters? It's me, Majora T, and I'm out here today to rank some Pokemon. Subscribe if you're new, and welcome back if you're not. Let's get into it. I am continuing the series with the Johto region from Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Got some solid sprites here today. I'm just going to get straight to it. My scale is favorite to dislike. Now, previously I did love to hate, but I found that I didn't really hate any Pokemon. I don't even know if... I know you can hate certain Pokemon, but I feel like most people don't hate Pokemon. Like all Pokemon, there's like 1,000 plus to pick from. You know, you can't hate every single Pokemon. You'd have to have a lot going on upstairs. Anyways, for me, I do have a lot going on upstairs, but I don't hate many Pokemon. And if I do, they'll be at the bottom of dislike. I think that's fair. And then favorite, I think, is an interesting category. I'm going to have to reassess from Gen 1 Kanto region what's truly in favorite and what's not. I'm not trying to spend more than like 30 seconds a mon here. I can kind of come back at the end and tell you if I like him or not. So, yeah, I think we just get to it. Let's go Chikorita. I love Chikorita. Chikorita's great. Bayleaf, though, a little more derpy. I don't love it, but I like it. What I like about this is it's a very classic grass starter, just grass, nothing but grass. There's so many grass poison types in Gen 1. The only flush grass type in Gen 1 that I know or can think of is Tangela, and Tangela isn't it. But Chikorita is, Bayleaf is, and Meganium. I don't think I love Meganium, but I like it more than Bayleaf. But now we're going to the killer Quiller. It's Mr. Cyndaquil, Cindy's Quills. I used to love Cyndaquil more. I still have it in between this love-like category. It's cute. I do like it. And I do pick it. I do love it. I think it's a great starter. But lately, honestly, Chikorita is kind of... I kind of appreciate Chikorita. Conceptually and aesthetically. Quilava is not bad. I like Quilava more than Bayleaf, but not more than Meganium. Typhlosion, I think is kind of similar. I really like him, but I don't love him. I don't think that's like a top tier starter for me. Now, Totodile is probably my favorite of the three starters from this gen. I really am a water starter guy. I love Squirtle. I love Totodile. These guys are great. Croconaw, I am very neutral on. I honestly have a hard time even remembering the name. It's kind of derpy and ugly, giving me Barney vibes. Not a fan. But Feraligatr, though, is ferocious. The ferocious alligator. I still think I like Totodile more than Feraligatr, but yeah, Totodile's pretty awesome. Now, I am thinking when we come back for favorites later, I don't know if I can, off the bat, say any of these guys are necessarily my favorite, but I think I should have at least 5 from this gen. 5 favorites. If there's more, that's fine. If not, that's okay. Sentret, I kind of dislike. I just think it's a dumb, ratty Pokemon, but it is better than Rattata, so I'm like neutral on it. Furret, I think is kind of dumb. It just looks like a sock. It doesn't really do anything for me. I guess it learned Surf, but I just don't really care. Like, kind of, I don't know if I dislike it necessarily, but I really wouldn't raise one. I'd rather not. Hoot Hoot, I actively dislike. I used to like it more, but I think it's a dumb bird-looking Pokemon and kind of useless. Normal flying's not necessarily bad. I appreciate your Pidgeots and your Spearows, but the Hoot Hoot Noctowl line does nothing for me. At least with Noctowl, I can kind of appreciate its design a little more. I would run it if I had it, but I don't necessarily want to. Leddyba is a forgettable Pokemon to me. I don't really care about it. Oh yeah, Noctowl's got to go above. He's probably higher on neutral here. Ladybug, the ladybug, it's just there. I don't know. It's not really doing anything for me. Letty Ann is cool. I like Letty Ann. Not more than Bayleaf, though. Now the spiders. I do like the spiders. I think they're really cool. Spinarak is what I do on my weekends. I spend a rack. No, I'm joking. But I do like Spinarak quite a bit. Not necessarily useful in the same ways that maybe your Scyther or your Pinsir are, but it is a cool looking Pokemon. Higher than Bayleaf, lower than Quilava. Ariados is a bit more formidable, but I like the color contrast for Spinarak a little better. I would run an Ariados though, but they're a little frail, that's the only thing, but I don't really care so much competitively. Crobat though, I love Crobat. In fact, probably a favorite. I used to run them all the time. The friendship thing sucks, but it's a necessary evil, I guess, that you just deal with when you are playing Gen 2. Crobat is the fastest Pokemon, to my knowledge, in the first 2 generations. Learns a lot of your stall moves, your Confuse Ray, your Toxic, your Protect, your Fly. So even that moveset alone, it's enough to stall many opponents. Now, unfortunately, in this gen, you get Steel typing, which nullifies a lot of that poison damage, but still cool. If you want to make him a physical attacker, you can do that too. You can invest in Fly. And later gens give him moves like Cross Poison, which makes him formidable in that way. Poison isn't really meaningful for a lot of the gens, but in later gens it is. Chinchou. I used to like Chinchou. Now I'm pretty neutral on it. I like it as a Pokemon, like as a monster. What is this fish called? I don't know. But I like it more than for Alligator. It is just weak, though, which is the only thing that sucks. I think I like Chinchou, though. And Lantern, I just kind of don't really care about. Chinchou just looks like a real bottom dweller of the sea. Lantern, I don't know. Lanternfish. It's a lanternfish. There you go. See, there's other examples of lanternfish in video games that I prefer. Lantern is just kind of, I don't understand. It kind of looks like it's going for a Marvel look or something. It's not my thing. Oh, no. We got the babies. We got the baby Pokemon. Okay, I like the baby Pokemon. I'm not going to lie. Pichu is adorable. But useful. I give him props for being in Smash. Got to be over Ledian. Chinchou's over Ledian. Pichu is, yeah, over Bayleaf, but not over my spiders. I like those guys. Cleffa, neutral. I don't really see baby Pokemon are not necessarily my jam. Igglybuff. I'd probably go Cleffa. I like Igglybuff. I think it suits the baby mood a little better. Cleffa just looks like a shrank Clefairy. Almost like those Clefairy dolls that the girl in Saffron City uses. It's not really doing too much for me. And they're just, unless it's complete in the Pokédex, I really don't care about them. Togepi, I actively dislike. I think Togepi is stupid. I hate the fact that you have to hatch it. And you get this, like, weak baby Pokemon as your prize. It's a big disappointment. Togetic looks even dumber. I don't like it, but at least it's useful. Togepi is cuter though. Togetic is not. Togetic is hideous. Wait till you see Togekiss. Oh, send that thing off with a kiss. Natu I'm a fan of. I do like Natu. More than the birds, probably not. It does look cool. It gives me kind of East Asian bird vibes. Exatu is really cool. Probably above Quilava, but not over these guys. Not over Meganium or Typhlosion. The Tyrannosaur Explosion. Man, I do really like Typhlosion. Do I love him, though? I don't know. I used to love him, but I'm still a Charizard guy. Mareep. I don't like Mareep. It's just slow and weak, and that's it. Flaffy, I like even less. The sheared lamb. They sheared all the hair off, so you're looking at this naked lamb baby. Ampharos, I do like Ampharos. I do end up using it because it's an easy, quick, special attacker that you get in the early game. But He's like bottom of like. I think he's a little, I wouldn't say he's overrated. He gets good use, but it's not necessarily my electric type. I have a hard time with a lot of electric types. I'd like to like them more, and I usually end up not doing so. Blossom I like, but not more than a lot of these guys I would use. He's kind of in the middle of like. Marill, I'm very neutral on. Azumarill, even more so. Nah, Azumarill I'll put over even Lantern, but I just don't. They get better use in later gens, but I still don't defer to them. Only because they are so OP in later gens. I don't necessarily like them aesthetically. Watermouse. Watermouse. What is Watermouse? Don't know. Sudowoodo. Nope. Don't care about you, but I don't dislike you. Politoed. You are a Pokemon. That's right. Never use you. I just don't. Trading a Poliwhirl and even getting a Poliwhirl in the first place with putting the King's Rock on for trade. Oh boy. But I would put you over the babies. You belong right here with Croconaw, though. You guys are looking pretty dumb together. Hoppip, I don't like. I don't even understand. What are you? Are you a pollen spore, I guess, because of Jumpluff? Skiploom, I like even less. You look really dumb. And then Jumpluff. I don't like you. I think you're a cheap hack. I think, because like Fast Spore, man, I don't like that's what the moveset is for a lot of these players, and they do run the Jumpluff, but it's just not for me. I don't know. Crobat, like, is a little more menacing. Jumpluff, it's like you're getting wrecked by this floating pollen. I'm good. Apom, I don't care about you. I do like that you have pickup, but I don't like you necessarily. Still, you're over Sentret. You're over these guys. Yeah, you belong right with the tree. Sunkern I like, but not a lot. I never would use one, but I guess I like what it is. It's a sunflower seed and then Sunflora. I dig Sunflora. I've never really used one. It's just hard because you got to run the Sunny Day team, but like this is a design that works. Sunflower Pokemon. They adopted these things and they put them in freaking Mario Sunshine. So, I mean, to me, this is a functioning design that I don't dislike, and I do actively like. Yanma, a Dragonfly Pokemon. I like you, but not a lot. You're a little too unusable for me, but definitely you're over Sunkern. Whoop, there it is. It's Wooper. I love Wooper. Come on. You can't look at Wooper and tell me you think this thing looks... well, see, the charm is in the derp. The charm is in the derp. It pulls it off in a way that other ones don't. Quagsire does too, but I think I just like Quagsire. I definitely run one a lot. It's a common usage for me, an easy Earthquaker and Waterfaller, Surfer, etc. Decent special attack and physical attack, so you could run it either way. Pretty deceptive in that water ground typing. Nullifies the electric, which is perfect. Making the only weakness grass, and nobody runs grass. So they had to introduce like grass moves on non-grass Pokemon to make these things beatable. And the Whiscash, which actually I don't know if it's this gen. Espeon. I love Espeon. Come on, I really do. It's a great one. Is it a favorite? It was my first of the two evolutions between Umbreon and Espeon, but I freaking love Umbreon. That thing's cool. Espeon's high. I do love Espeon. I would run either of these in a heartbeat, but Umbreon is the favorite evolution. And the thing is, I don't think it's a very... I don't know how to use Umbreon in a way that is, like, productive for my team, but it's just the cutest freaking Pokemon. I own, like, 2 Poke plushies. Umbreon is one of them. I'm not going to go get it, but Umbreon is one of my 2 Pokemon plushies. I guess I have Pikachu as the other. And, oh, wait, no, 3. I have Grookey as well, so... Yeah, Umbreon is a favorite. Murkrow. I like Murkrow a lot. That's another cool one. See, this is dark type. These are your first dark types in this game, and this is an introduction for Gen 2, and they pulled it off. This dark crow-like bird, man, with the witch hat. Big respect for Murkrow. I do have a great like for it. I just, unfortunately, don't really use it a lot, but I do think it falls under the Crobat kind of line of attack in a useful way, and then the quick taunter, awesome. Yeah, no, I could see myself running a Murkrow for sure. For sure. Do I love Murkrow? Not yet. But I have potential to love Murkrow. Slacking, I don't love. I am very neutral on Slacking. I would use it, but I don't much care about it. It is over a lot of these guys. Probably at... yeah, he's probably... I actually think Azumarill's a little better than Slacking. I would just go Slowbro. Slowbro serves the same purpose, if not better. Miss Drevis, I appreciate. I like this one. This is a great design. And I just also another one I don't really know how to use. It's a pain splitter, so you can split pain with other Pokemon. The introduction of your first flush ghost type, because Gengar line is ghost poison, and so that's cool. But I guess she's a shadow baller. I do think of Miss Drevis as a she, although I'm sure you can get a male one. Miss Drevis is a high like for me. Probably over Exatu. To be exact. Unknown, I don't like. I think I just don't like the process of catching them, discovering them. I don't know. There's something there. I watched a video on the unknown ruins in Japan, which was pretty cool. I learned something from that. That you know the architecture is based on a real region, these underground caves and these hieroglyphics or something, or some kind of calligraphy. But anyways, it doesn't make me like the Pokemon anymore. I guess I appreciate that there's some history for it, but the fact that they're so useless, like they're just hidden power Pokemon. They're nothing. They're alphabet Pokemon. Duh. Like I don't care. So Unknown, I just don't like you. Wobbuffet, I would never use you, but I don't really care about you. I think you're at least unique. Probably more so than a Sudowoodo, over a Noctowl. Over a Slacking even, but then you also look kind of dumb. So you two kind of belong together. Azumarill at least looks decent. I'm being superficial here. We'll fix it later. Girafarig. I didn't used to like Girafarig, but I can appreciate it now. A giraffe Pokemon, normal psychic, immune to ghost types, and not the strongest psychic user, but I don't know. There's something cool about it. You're still weak to the dark here, but I'll put you over Amphi. Maybe under Ledian. Ledian has this cool kind of like I'm Superman look, or Ultraman is what it is. Girafarig is just a giraffe with this funny looking tail, chain chomp guy on the back. Pineco is a pine cone. It's kind of there with Sunkern for me. I don't dislike. I like Pineco, but impossible to train. It's really annoying. And then Forretress, I appreciate, but it's a kind of setup Pokemon that works for 6v6. And not much else. I guess explosions, but I would still put it over a lot of these guys. He is formidable. He's like a ticking time bomb. I like Forretress. Like this is, and it's a steel type. I think one of your first steel types in this game. Steel Bug. Don't really use it for steel moves, but spikes, protect, explosion, and something else will carry you pretty far with the Forretress. Killer defense too, probably over Chinchou, probably over Bayleaf, under Pichu though. Dunsparce I dislike. I really dislike actually. Dunsparce is useless, although you know Thunder Wave, whatever. We can arrange this later. I don't think Hoot is my most disliked. Gligar is so cool. I dig Gligar. I really like it. And ground flying. They're really doing great things with the ground here. So this makes the flying portion immune to the electric, and it's like this vampire bat Pokemon. Obviously, Glysaur is going to be kick-ass, but Gligar is also pretty cool. It's not super useful, but you know, teach it Earthquake if you like. Probably under Forretress though, and probably under Bayleaf. But this is a good spot for it, middle of like. Fucking love Steelix. I don't know what to say. It's just so cool. It's one of the coolest Pokemon to date. Or to this date anyway. Steel Snake, evolution of Onix, making Onix kind of a monster. This wicked defense, 200 plus. There's not many Pokemon with a 200 plus stat. Steelix has that for defense. So then give it your HP and give it attack and woo, call it a day, man. Choice band it up. I'm growing to appreciate Steelix. You can catch them in the wild in Heart Gold. Usually you used to have to trade But this thing is just, you would not want to run into this like on your walk home. Like that's how awesome it is. The serpent ones are really cool. Now, do I give it the edge over these two guys? I don't think so, but we'll be back. Snubble I like. I just don't care about like a fairy dog. I'm not a, I don't know, not a fairy guy, and I'm not a dog guy. I'm a cat guy, so that's what it is. Gramble, even less I like, but Snubble goes over a couple of these guys at least. Yeah, it's a good spot. And Granbull just doesn't really do it for me. I know they did the fairy thing, but that's okay. Quillfish I don't like. I think Top I don't like, though. It's bordering neutral. Just kind of useless. Pufferfish, and it just doesn't really do anything. There's no reason to run a Quillfish. Caesar. Oh my god. Caesar is so cool. Dude, our favorites are just getting booked right now. But I'm only keeping 5 up there, so we're going to see what happens. This is definitely over Steelix in terms of, like, another cool one. They're doing the superhero thing. Look at this, like, metal-plated freaking bug arsenal weapon. Probably over Umbreon. I just never really run it. The sprite is really doing it for me, though. Man, Caesar. X-Scissor. Bullet Punch. Oh, Caesar. Shuckle I don't like. I really don't like Shuckle. But it's at least got a concept. Now, I've seen it run in the Battle Frontier in interesting ways. Bright Powdered, so you're reducing accuracy. Double Team. Power Trick, and Stone Edge. So you can do work with a Shuckle. I don't necessarily like that setup. The attack is minuscule, it's 10 or like 15, and defense is crazy high. It's also up there, like the 200. So, sheesh, I'm seeing some great Pokemon here. This is going to be tough. What are we doing? Heracross is top of like. Or top of love? No. Top of like. I really dig this one. Maybe not over Murkrow, though. It's close, though. A bug fighting type. Just a little weak, you know, when it comes to flying moves, so that sucks. And just a little frail in general, but a close combatter and a focus sasher, awesome. Sneasel I love, oh my gosh, but it's another frail one, but just design-wise, this evil elf-looking Pokemon, got a freaking Dark Crystal guy here. This is like my freaking Link. I love Sneasel, and it's so fast, too. Is it a favorite? I'm not sure. Teddy Ursa, oh my boy. Oh, Teddy Ursa, my heart. I love Teddy Ursa. Yo, Teddy Ursa brings a damn smile to my face. Kind of like Wooper, but doesn't look dumb. The crescent moon on the head. I wish Ursaring did it for me. It doesn't. I don't love Ursaring, but I like it. But Teddy Ursa, though, if you found a way to make Ursaring more Teddy Ursa-like, would have loved it. Ursaluna, I'm sure I'll appreciate when I use it more in later games. But anyways, Slugma, don't care. I just am very neutral on it. I do appreciate the ability for hatching eggs, and that is about it. You are literally just magma with eyes. You, Magcargo, are also magma with eyes, but with a shell. You also look kind of dumb. I don't really care about you, but I would use you, I guess. Nah, I wouldn't. Swinub, though. I like Swinub. Mamoswine. That's not Mamoswine. Piloswine. A pile of swine. Just kind of like you. I don't really care. The covered eyes and everything, it's not really doing it for me for both these guys. Maybe it's just these sprites, but I usually look at these guys and go like, they look kind of dumb, but I guess I'd use them. Mamoswine, though, Mamoswine will be up there. Corsola, though, was not up there. A mirror coder, a piece of coral, just fucking wiggles around. Excuse my language. Damn you, Corsola. I don't care about you. Remoraid, I like. I wish you became something I would use more. I do see a lot of Octilleries in the Battle Frontier, but as far as like a conceptual Pokemon, you rock. You look great. An Aurora Beamer, a Remoraid, I dig you. Or what is that? What kind of fish is that? I don't know. Octillery, the octopus Pokemon. I wish you were cooler. I don't hate you. In fact, I kind of like you, but you know, you're just missing something. I can't pinpoint it. A second typing or something. Just to give you an edge. You're just water. Octazooka, I guess, is your move. And I can't think of any other Pokemon that gets it. But then, even so, reducing accuracy. That's a style of play I don't necessarily like. So I had higher hopes for you. Delibird, I don't like. the present mechanic is dumb. Mantine. Mantine is a standalone. See, I feel like Remoraid should become Mantine, but it doesn't. But it doesn't make me like it less. I like it. It's just for water flying. I would go Gyarados personally. But I would definitely have you over Pelipper, that's for sure. Oh boy, it's Skarmory. You're a favorite. You're a way favorite. Oh, Drill Peckin', Bulky, Spikes. What else do you get? Steel Wing. I like Skarmory a lot. Oh, that's a toughie. That's a toughie. See, Skarmory is like if you put battle armor on a Fearow. It made Fearow so cool. Whatever it is that they did with steel types, they knocked it out of the park this gen. Now, it does suck they're mostly defensive as opposed to special defensive, but still, the speed edge will help you out here. You get Tailwind in later gens. Man, a shiny Skarmory would be awesome. I don't have any shinies right now, but yeah, these guys are so cool. Houndour I like. Probably not over a Murkrow. Probably not over a lot of these guys even. See, it's getting tough here because a lot of my guys are sorted. Yeah, I still give the Spider the edge, but I like you more than Ariados. And Houndoom, the Devil Dog. It's kind of right here with it. I don't dislike. I like it. I just never really run one. I do see them as a little OP, but there's something there. You know, this and Arcanine, I think they're really cool. There's a place for them. I don't know if that place is for me. Kingdra I like, but I'm also annoyed by every time I run into one. Dragonite did dirty work of Kingdra, so I'm not as worried about Kingdras anymore. I think it had the speed edge even, but I never really run one because I don't really have the respect for Seadra either. Phanpy I like, but I'm getting a little tired of the pickup mechanic, just waiting to evolve them. And I don't know, a little baby elephant, that's cute. Donphan is sick, really like it. Was my first EV trained Pokemon. And then the rollout mechanic, I don't really do defense curl rollout so much. I dabbled in it, but you are a boar Pokemon. You're not, you know, I don't mean you bore me, but you are a wild boar, and you fill that role very well. You're very strong in attack and defense. Your Earthquake is monstrous. You're definitely over Kingdra. But I don't think you're better than these guys. I think they're a little cooler than you personally. Porygon 2. Now, I don't really like Porygon. I like Porygon 1. Porygon 2 is like the sequel. For what? I know it's a high special attacker, but the roundedness doesn't really do it for me. Stantler, just neutral, don't really care. In fact, I like them less than a lot of these guys. Maybe it's just the sprite is not doing it for me, but I would never run a Stantler personally. Whatever the evolve form is pretty cool, but yeah. Smeargle is dope. I like Smeargle, and the sketch mechanic is super cool. The painter Pokemon. Unfortunately, I never really run into them, so it never becomes like a main in my party. I've never really tried to run one competitively, but I'd be open. A little cheap, though, the Focus Sash and Spore guy. But, man, the Pokemon's cool. Kind of just a bummy painter. I like him. He's cool, but not over Sunflora, though. Tyrogue. Okay, here's a baby Pokemon I can get behind. I like Tyrogue, probably more than a lot of these guys. Just like a little kid, a little scrappy. I like him. I do. I think he's cool. But not cooler than Ultraman. Hitmontop is on top. I don't love it, but I like it. The fact that you got a third in the fighting line of your evolves from Tyrogue. You know, it used to be just Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee. Now we got Hitmontop. It's not based in one of the legendary fighters, though. That kind of sucks. But I do think the Dreidel concept is really cool. The 3 feet, triple kick, that kind of thing. I think it's double kick. But yeah, I can dig Hitmontop. The little dancing mechanic is super cool. He's got the moves. I appreciate Hitmontop. Smoochum. Smoochum's cute. Cuter than Pichu? Maybe, but yeah, cuter than Pichu. Cuter than Natu. I don't hate this baby Pokemon, but nah, Natu gets the edge. Elekid. Wow, there's so many babies. There's so many babies. Little battery, baby battery. I like you. Not more than the octopus, though. Magby. Nah. Nah, you're neutral. You're neutral. You're under these guys. Yeah, you're maybe... Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this one was a mistake. Sorry, Magby. Miltank. Milky Tank. Milky Tank is annoying. I don't like this one, but I don't hate it. I would use it, I get... No. No. Milk Drink, you're annoying. I don't like you. I don't like you. I like you more than a lot of these guys, so you're just top of dislike. Blissey is dumb. I don't like Blissey. Bulky, soft boiler, just staller. Oh, Blissey. Imagine wanting to run a Blissey on your team. Oof. Oof. Okay, we're closing up this list pretty fast. We got some legendaries here. We got Raikou. Raikou? I can get behind Raikou. You're cool. I don't love you, though. I like you. I like you. Entei. I like as well. And Suicune. They just kind of all go together for me. I don't necessarily love any of them. They get close, though. Entei is really cool. Just the idea of like this kind of... It's the beard and the mask or something. Like Raikou kind of has that too. But something about Entei is like sacred. And Raikou too, but like... Entei, I think he got the movie right, and then like the some of the moves, there's this like flame move, the sacred flame move, whereas with Raikou, I just think a discharge. But I do like Raikou. I like all of them a lot. Suicune is sandwiched in the middle. I'm not the biggest Suicune guy. I can appreciate Suicune, but I kind of like can't see its face. I guess that's the same with all three of them, but it gives me kind of horse vibes. Don't know. Ursaring's kind of in a weird spot here in between all three of them. But I'll leave it for now just so we can kind of finish. Larvitar I like. It's always a nice moment running into a Larvitar in Mount Silver. It's just like, what? No way, I ran into a freaking Larvitar here. But I think I'd give the Spider the edge and Houndour the edge. Larvitar's cool. I like Larvitar. Pupitar, I'm neutral. It's like you hatched into a cocoon or something. I'm not. I just don't follow the logic very well. Tyranitar is damn awesome. Oh, wow. Yup. I love Tyranitar here. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Someone's getting knocked out. Someone's getting knocked out of favorites. Is it Crobat? Oh, that's hard. Okay, we'll come back. Lugia. I like. I do like Lugia. I don't hate Lugia. I just don't care. I don't know. But it's cool. Psychic Flying. I would pick it over Ho-Ho for sure. Ho-Oh. Ho-Ho. Lugia gets an edge over a lot of these guys. Not the dogs. Over Murkrow. Not over Murkrow. Not over my boy Quagsire. Ho-Ho. I don't really care about Ho-Ho, to be honest. I like it. I'm not neutral on it, but never been like, oh, let me run one to the end of the game or something, or for Elite Four. I wish you could catch more legendaries before the Elite Four. I think you can with Ho-Ho, but you're under a lot of these guys for me. I'm going to be honest. But not under Quilava. Celebi. Life Without Love. Celebeat. I dig Celebi. Grass Pokemon. This mythic little freaking seed fairy. Okay, whatever. Let's fix this. Dislike is the first thing to get fixed. Yeah, I don't like Blissey at all. Corsola, I don't really hate. I just don't like. Quillfish, I don't like you less than. Porygon 2, okay, you're not the worst. Miltank is over Blissey. Miltank is less annoying than Blissey. Jumpluff doesn't annoy me, but I'm not offended by it, but I just don't want to use it. I don't like it. Unknown stays low. Hoppip, it's not necessarily offensive, but I just don't like. Shuckle, I can kind of see the logic of, and in fact, I'm beginning to kind of appreciate in some ways. Not more so than a Corsola, but yeah, more so than Corsola. Why not? Why not? But not more than a Porygon 2. I think I'd use Porygon 2 over it. Mareep, Flaffy. Mareep kind of gets the Hoppip treatment here. Flaffy, I don't like design-wise. Unknown has history, so I don't like absolutely loathe it. Skiploom looks pretty dumb. I don't like Skiploom. Blissey I don't like a lot. Flaffy, it just looks dumb, but I would use. Togepi doesn't offend me necessarily, but I really don't like it. I think it's dumb. Waste of an egg. I'll just go drop it in the PC. So you stay low. Togetic is dumb, but not useless. Dunsparce is useless and dumb, but so is Blissey. Blissey's not useless, but I don't like Blissey. Furret doesn't offend me. Furret's up here. Over a lot of these guys, probably. Hoot doesn't really offend me. I just don't like it. Would not catch it over like a Spearow or a Pidgey. Blissey on bottom. Blissey on bottom. Yeah, you're just obnoxious. You're really obnoxious to deal with. I see a Blissey and I go like, oh, really? You're gonna frickin' double team on me and then soft boiled every turn? Please. Please. Oh boy. Oh boy. Dunsparce over Blissey. Dunsparce just exists. Blissey exists to offend you. Blissey sucks. Blissey's the worst. I dislike Blissey the most. Yeah, there it is. Okay, neutral. This category is interesting. Ladybug. Looks dumb. Igglybuff is over Stantler. Politoed is not over Croconaw. Apom is over Noctowl. Lantern's cool. Lantern's cool. In fact, I think I like Lantern. Azumarill is neutral. Don't really care. Pupitar. Pupitar goes lower. I think I was just quick placing it. At least I know you're turning into something. Sudowoodo, you're stuck. But I don't like playing with Pupitar. Okay, that's fine. Lantern and Octillery are kind of nice together, but Octillery's going to get a little bit of a bump. So is Lantern. Phanpy goes down. These guys go down. Grand Bull. The Grand Bull is not a bull. It's Tauros is a bull. I think Octillery gets an edge. Lantern, though, also gets an edge. Sunkern I like. I just go like, oh, that thing's adorable. Whereas I don't want to use like Ampharos necessarily, but I like it. I don't dislike it. But that's... Octillery's going to go over frickin' Amphy. In fact, I would say I'd probably use a Lantern over Ampharos. Octopus is climbing his way up the ranks. Over Girafarig. I think Girafarig is weird, but I like it. Lantern is following close behind. Oh, Sunkern displaces Girafarig. So Snubble. Will they surpass Ultraman, or will they move up with him? Tyrogue kind of stays. I kind of like Tyrogue, but people may move down. I don't. Smeargle kind of moves down. Smeargle would be cool to run, but I don't like it more conceptually. Like at the painter Pokemon. Okay, I just accept it. These guys are like, come on, the bottom of the ocean is where you find some of the coolest creatures. Sunflora stays. Chinchou goes down. Chinchou is above Lantern for sure. I think Remoraid comes down above Smeargle. I do like these water types. Mantine under Remoraid. I do kind of... see, this is a logical evolution to me. This should have turned into Mantine. Doesn't. So whatever. I think Gligar goes down under these guys. Although, I don't know. Yeah, I kind of wish Gligar did more. I think Gligar under Smeargle. Forretress will go under. Above Smeargle, though. Above these guys, even. But I dig these underwater guys. Bayleaf. This is tricky now. I think Hitmontop will come down. Above Tyrogue, though. I think this is a solid evolution for Tyrogue. I don't mind it. But I think these guys displace. At least Octillery does. Chinchou, maybe not. Lantern, maybe not. So we have our first distinction between the underwater creatures. The baby Pokemon are going to go down a bit. I don't think they're better than Pichu, though. Pichu over Chinchou. Under Octillery. Under Octillery. Smoochum. Sunflora over Bayleaf. That's hard. That's really hard. No, this is pretty solid as is. Natu. I never see Natu. I don't know why. Kingdra goes down. King of the Sea. He is formidable. Sniper. I'll take Sunflora. But not Ledian. But I take Octillery. Octillery displacing Ledian is okay for me. Hitmontop, I would take over these guys. Tyrogue you can keep under, that's fine. Bellossom is under Sunflora. But it's so cute. I dig Bellossom. I would run one. Another pure grass type. That's cool. I think both these guys, all three of them even, they've rectified the error in Gen 2. Poison actually kind of helps it though, but Smoochum is coming down. Yeah, that's fine. Don Fan under Hitmontop, but over Kingdra. Houndoom. Hound of Doom. I'll take Bayleaf. But you're better, you're cooler than Sunflora for sure. Ariados, I dig. I think you stay. You just look so cool. Larvitar is cool. That's a cool starter Pokemon I dig. Houndour is cool. I dig that. Spinarak is cool. Quilava. Maybe cooler than Houndour. Maybe. But that's kind of... see, all three of these guys have a similar look. All four of them, even five. They're all... six, seven. They're all looking the same general direction. What is going on? Natu is not cooler than Celebi. Xatu, I mean. What a name. Xatu. Not cooler than Ho-Ho. 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 I keep saying Ho-Ho. Misdreavus is cool, but not the most cool. You're probably over Ariados, but under some of these guys. Xatu. Are you really over a lot? I think you are. I think you're cooler than a lot of them. Meganium over Typhlosion. No shot. The Typhlosion gets bumped. Not over Quagsire. Quagsire does not top out Heracross. This one's up for debate. Heracross, Murkrow. I personally like Murkrow a little more. The Witch Hat Pokemon. That's so cool. But you don't top out the dogs. Dogs kill it. But Ursaring, the big bear, I think he kind of fits. I really like Ursaring. I think he's formidable, kind of awesome there. I'm down with keeping Ursaring there. And Entei. Yeah, none of these guys are necessary loves. But I like them a lot. Potential to be loved. Who do I love? I love Wooper. I do. I love running into a Wooper. Probably over a Cyndaquil at this point, but not over Chikorita. I think Chikorita brings me a little charm. So does Totodile. Feraligatr is ferocious. I do love Feraligatr. I would run Feraligatr for sure. Sneasel, super cool. Not more than Teddiursa. Teddiursa's... See, these guys, they fit here. I like them. I was so excited the first time I ran into a Teddiursa, a teddy bear Pokemon. You know, as someone who's with that name, you know, I gotta show some love for freaking Teddiursa. And they got the design right. It's like, thank you, Pokemon Company, for doing me justice, for doing all the Teddies of the world justice. Teddiursa, we got blessed, us Teddies. So I feel like I have to keep Teddiursa there. I don't think Totodile outclasses Sneasel. I still like Totodile, love Totodile more than Feraligatr in a sense. But I wouldn't take Chikorita over Feraligatr necessarily. Espeon, I want to love Espeon more. I love Espeon. I would love to run one. But if I'm putting in all that work for the friendship mechanic, I would rather do these two guys. I don't know. So Espeon occupies kind of a weird space. Now it's the hardest part. I saved the hardest part for last with my favorites. This is a Hall of Fame team right here. Sheesh. This is your top 6. I should honestly just keep it because frickin', you know, end the game Hall of Fame is 6 Pokemon, but we can displace 1. A lot of Elite 4 members have 5 members anyway. God, they're so cool. Skarmory, the armored skybird. Scizor, so cool. Umbreon, pure darkness. Crobat, Tyranitar, and Steelix. The vampire bat is so freaking cool though. Dude, when I found out you get a Crobat, see, I don't know if I've had enough time to fully absorb either Scizor or Steelix into my team. And maybe it's just because I'm looking at Scizor now in this sprite, but I think it just outclasses Steelix here. But I don't think Tyranitar beats out Skarmory or Umbreon. These guys are great. I love Umbreon. That's my favorite freaking Gen 2 Pokemon. Come on. I don't even care about usefulness or utility. It just is so cool. With Skarmory being a super close second. Tyranitar's third. Sucks you can't use him till the end game, but is what it is. Like the end game too. Like, what are we even doing in Gen 2? But whatever. At least Heart Gold rectifies that. Crobat, I dig. Scizor, I dig. And Steelix, I dig. I'm not going to take Steelix out of my favorites because, you know, I was running through Mount Silver last night and I ran into a Steelix. I was like, oh, you can catch these guys in the wild? Like, what? I was just so flabbergasted, but also just impressed because Steelix occupies so much of the screen space. It's just like it's such an awesome monster. So, yeah, there you have it. Those are my favorite Gen 2 Pokemon and my least favorites. There's a lot of those. Anyways, that's my list. What do you think? How does yours compare? Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If so, let me know. If not, let me know. And yeah, enjoy your weekend, everybody. I'll be back with more Pokemon-related videos, as well as update videos and reviews and the like to come. Take care. Stay cool out there, y'all.